Welcome to the Farnborough Airshow. We're here at the Aerobility stand, where we're looking at the Grob Able, one of the few new aircraft on display at Farnborough this year. New in the sense of this particular configuration has not been at Farnborough before, but of course the Grob trainer has been around for a long time. Guy, you've flown this aircraft more than anybody else, and you're familiar with the legacy type. Can you please explain a little bit about what's different and what's so great about this version of the venerable trainer?
Yeah, well, we're looking at the main difference here is the engine. So the legacy aeroplane was used by the RAF for some 30 years for cadet training, and it proved itself to be the most incredible trainer. It's very, very tolerant to angle of attack in a landing attitude, which means you can send students solo in this probably even easier than in a glider. And that came from the Central Flying School guys who flew it with the RAF. So this aeroplane is different, really, from the firewall forwards. Quite uniquely, you might see there are two firewalls here. The new engine, the Rotax 912 ISA, is a little lighter than the legacy engine, and for that reason they pushed it forwards. They've kept the old firewall here, added a new firewall, then for the hydraulic oil and things like that here. So the significant difference is the engine and the propeller combination. The legacy engine had a 3-position propeller, so the propeller could either be used in fine for takeoff, coarse for cruise, and to achieve the minimum gliding performance to be able to call it a glider, it also needs to feather, so the blades go truly in line with the airflow to reduce the drag. This engine will do all of those things, but it's infinitely variable between fine pitch and coarse pitch. This engine is also genuinely 100 horsepower, where the legacy engine was something like 70. But through the propeller, which is also a little longer than the legacy propeller as well, you have much more efficiency, and that 100 horsepower can be delivered through the whole speed range.
Now, this particular version of the aircraft has been designed with disabled flyers in mind. What are the main differences that you see in the cockpit and when flying the aircraft?
So the challenge with flying a motor glider, it doesn't have a steerable tail wheel. You must have differential braking. Also, it's a glider, so you have a lot of adverse yaw when turning, so you must have an effective rudder. So both those things have been challenging for the charity to come up with a disabled solution, but we've finally done it. We've got a hand-controlled rudder, and we've got 2 independent hand-controlled brakes to control each wheel separately.
Excellent. And there are how many of these built now and how many sold? Where's the programme at?
So the programme is absolutely in its infancy. Grob had a demonstrator which was flying for over a year and a half. The whole programme got delayed by COVID hugely. So I got lucky enough to fly the demonstrator. I brought that to UK in 2021 and went round loads of clubs, so much interest. And since then, there have been 2 aeroplanes off the production line. This is one of them, and another. Our launch customer has got the very first one, actually. This is number 2. And actually, I've bought the 3rd one. So I fly 4 of the legacy aeroplanes, and we do formation aerobatics in the legacy aeroplanes. I'm so convinced and sold by this as a type, and this new engine will just make it even better.
Fantastic. And anybody who's interested, I believe the list price is £156,000.
£156,000, that's correct, yes. So that will buy you one of the original RAF aeroplanes, which has been completely remanufactured in 0 times by Grob. So they grind off all the covering and go right back down to glasswork. They inspect the airframe completely, new engine, new avionics, if that's your choice, new upholstery, and it comes out looking absolutely like this, brand new.
Marvellous. Well, I wish you very best for the rest of the show, and I hope there'll be lots more interest in it.
Thank you
very much.